Post-Primary School Management Board, popularly known as PPSMB, is an agency of government saddled with the responsibility of supervising and managing all the state government-owned secondary schools in Enugu State. Their ultimate goal is to ensure an effective and efficiently guaranteed teaching and learning standard for the overall education of children, where quality assurance, inclusiveness, professionalism, reward, and dignity match international best practices. The administration of His Excellency Right Honorable Dr. Ugwuanyi in the last 5 years has no doubt revitalized and rejuvenated the Post-Primary School Management Board to serve its purpose for the greater good of the people of Enugu State. Governor Ugwuanyi's love for education is evident in the state's education sector. Little wonder, for the first time after many years of creation, PPSMB now boasts of a permanent and well-equipped office, courtesy of the Ugwuanyi-led administration. Management and staff of PPSMB could not hide their joy for this new development. At the official commissioning of the office located at Independence Layout in Enugu, the entire staff of PPSMB took out special time to commend the governor for this rare feat.
Your Excellency, words are not enough to express our immense gratitude and appreciation for your magnanimity in securing for us a befitting working environment. This again has demonstrated your deep love and commitment to the development of education in the state. I want to assure you, sir, that your efforts shall never be in vain, as we shall strive to put in our best for the growth and development of education in the state.
He has no doubt revitalized and rejuvenated the secondary schools across the 6 education zones in the state to serve its purpose for the greater good of the people of Enugu. For example, the Youth Center, Mpu, in Aninri local government area was upgraded to a Command Science and Technical School. The Boys High School Oba in Udenu local government area also got an upgrade to become Command Science Secondary School. Other schools that got some facelift through the agency include CSS Nsude, CHS Amokwe, Ogu High School Nenwe, ISS Ikolo, CSS Akbasha, CSS Ugwuanyi, CSS Umundo, Annunciation Secondary School Nkwanike, CSS Isienu, CSS Nru, CSS Obodaba, Urban Girls Ugwuanyi, Igwe Grammar School in Kerefi, National Grammar School Nike, Metropolitan Secondary School Enugu, City Girls, Model Secondary School Nsukka, Urban Nsukka, amongst others. Recently, the governor was also at Girls Secondary School Owerri, where he commissioned ultra-modern hostel. At Model Secondary School and Urban Girls Nsukka, he commissioned solar-powered borehole to address water supply challenges in the school. According to the governor Ugwuanyi, the boreholes will advance the realization of the Enugu State School water sanitation and hygiene goals and stem the tide of hygiene-related infectiousness diseases and create a conducive learning environment.
As our children return to school after the global COVID-19 break, we're happy that we're able to provide them with clean potable water, which is key to the implementation of the state school water sanitation and hygiene program and control of hygiene-related infectious disease, including COVID-19. With this water borehole and the solar-powered level uninterrupted water supply, regular hand washing and other personal hygiene practices will go on sustainably in the school, and clean potable water will be available for all other uses. Administration has also undertaken investment in the following areas in the school. That is Urban Girls Secondary School. Turn around the renovation of 3 numbered buildings of 8 classrooms each, following the extensive damage by rainstorm in 2018, and the construction of gigantic multipurpose hall with seating capacity in excess of 1,000 students in 2019.
The governor understands the importance of computer literacy and technology, and without much ado, he supplied and installed ICT equipment and accessories, as well as science equipment in over 200 secondary schools across the state.
Through the Post-Primary School Management Board, computer sets have been supplied to almost all the secondary schools in Enugu State. Every school gets about 10 sets of computers connected to the internet. Because we have problem of electricity in most of our rural schools, what happens is that as they get the supply of computer sets, they are also given a generating set to ensure that those computers are powered, and also to ensure that schools use it and do not use the excuse of lack of power not to allow children make use of those computer sets. In fact, our schools demonstrated that they are using those computers by the computer quiz, which was organized by the PPSMB, starting from the school level to the state level. There was this competition where a boy from Nike Grammar School won the overall best in the use of ICT.
Some of the schools across the 17 local government area include Community Secondary School Ugwuanyi in Ugwuanyi local government area, Akotara Community Secondary School Ohodo in Igbo-Etiti, CSS Ugbo-Okpala, CSS Nkwe, USS Ojiriva, CSS Obunofia Ndiuno, CSS Amozala Afa, CSS Abomana, CSS Obelago Mana, MSS Mako, Comprehensive Secondary School Ndiogbe, CSS Isienu, CSS Ihunowere, MCSS Ekboshi, AHS Alo, and CSS Okbuje, CSS Alaga, Metropolitan Girls Secondary School Enugu, Queen's College Enugu, Sedes Girls Oge, CSS Okutu, Ata Memorial High School Adaba, CSS Ataku, GSS Oduma, Community Secondary School Amechi Dodo, CSS Ozala, and Command Mpu, amongst others. These developments, no doubt, began to change the narratives in most schools, and renewed computer learning interest among students.
So when there were still few computers, only when it's actually necessary, as in for mostly the senior students, that we are allowed to use them. But since now we have more computers, sometimes the junior students they equally have classes, to kind of give them that interest, to get them into the aspect of the subject, which is actually the main place. Like the practical part is where the students actually enjoy and develop the interest for the subject.
From my primary school where I went, we were always having computer classes. So it was like really it was a downside to me. I was like, man, I was really interested in computers. So coming here and there wasn't computers, I was like, oh, how am I going to continue? So but going further, they brought in a few, as you said. And yes, okay, I was like, yes, finally, computers are here. I can continue with my interest. And now we have enough to keep the classes going. So yeah, it's really helped me a lot because right from when I was little, I've been very interested in computer stuff. Honestly, my dad even used to complain that I used to spend too much time with computers.
He didn't stop at just supplying computers. The governor took a step further by organizing a special digital literacy training for the teachers on basic computer knowledge and software coding.
This program is geared towards teaching software coding to teachers in schools, primary schools, secondary schools, technical and vocational schools, including the SME Center. That is intended that the teachers that will be trained here would replicate this training or cascade this training to their pupils, students, and other beneficiaries. We believe that software coding is the current global language, and children, every child actually should be taught how to code, to speak the coding language. So that's what we are doing because we believe that coding is part of what would empower children and youth to, innovate, to use technology and innovation to create wealth in the society and also improve service delivery.
For us to produce computer service students who should compete favorably with their counterparts all over the world, they should be ICT compliant. And for them to be so, you need to train their teachers. And that's exactly what we are doing, especially now that His Excellency had equipped 241 secondary schools, fully equipped with ICT. So that a student at CSS Umode or CSS Oruku or CSS or Igwebike Secondary School at Nkerefi or any remote school you can think about is there punching the keyboard, getting acquainted with it from JS1 so that by the time he gets to SS3 he can write JAM comfortably.
In the last 5 years, science equipments were procured and supplied across the 241 secondary schools in the state for effective teaching and learning of sciences. They include Imeziowa, Ozala High School Ozala, National Grammar School Nike, Community Secondary School Amala, CSS Umogbago, St. Paul's Eke, CSS Umundu, GSS Enugu, Day Secondary School, Queen's College, and several others.
Quite a number of equipment, science equipment, have also been provided for the school in chemistry, in physics, in biology, in agric science, and in mathematics.
Before now, we had no science equipment, and we have been complaining about it because the science students, we need to do some experiments on some of the science practicals. So, but now that the equipments are provided, we can now stand our ground to defend any practical. So we thank the Enugu State government.
I'm very, very happy. And I'm telling them that it is very good for them to provide this thing for us because it enables students to know more things, because we can't just be learning without practicals. Practicals make it to be real.
But since his assumption of office, things changed. We were surprised that he could even give much to science education and education in general in this state.
The alert governor, as he is fondly called, he has in the last 5 years of his administration prioritized the welfare and comfort of teachers, thereby fulfilling the biblical teaching which says that a laborer deserves his wages. This singular gesture has continued to attract encomiums and commendations from teachers across the state.
Dear Governor, His Excellency Right Honorable Ugwuanyi is education friendly and such has been able to focus on the secondary school sector in the state, and we're happy for it. Today the story is a different one from what we inherited on ground. As we speak, let me start from motivation of our teachers, 13,000 of our teachers, where the governor has fulfilled his own part of the bargain by keeping to his statutory. He has paid them their salaries monthly. There's no arrears of salary left with any teachers. He has also given them promotions as at when due. There is nobody, no arrears of promotion in our system. We have done all the promotions up to 2019, so we're not owing any arrears of promotions.
When teachers' salaries are paid, of course, we are like encouraging teachers to continue doing our best. Every teacher receives his or her salary as at when due, generally, and then promotion is not left out. Our daddy Burus is not owing anybody any promotion arrears. I think during his tenure is the fastest time one can say promotion has gone. These people are very lucky. The people that came within his 5 years, unlike during our time, at times you can stay and overstay even before you got promoted. But these ones, so teachers are happy. Especially secondary teachers are happy.
Students are beginning to behave even better because the government itself is behaving very well. It's like we teachers, we say, follow your leaders. That's what we teach our students. When we jump, they jump like us. And so because government is doing well, we are also following their footsteps. So the governor, the chairman, we are following their footsteps. So we are also building the students up. We no longer talk about exam malpractice. If you go to my hall, when they are taking exam, if a pin drops, you hear it because we are following our leaders.
He even gave us minimum wage. That you can see my teachers, all of them looking robust, just because of the recent minimum wage he paid. I mean the Bubu and their governor, he paid to us. The leave allowance comes up when it's supposed to come up. Even when we were staying at home during the lockdown exercise, he was continuously paying our salaries. Teachers, they were singing his praises then. And we are still singing his praises. He's a very good man.
It could be recalled that not too long, over 13,000 teachers across the state staged a solidarity walk in Enugu City, the Enugu state capital, pledging their unalloyed support to the Ugwuanyi-led administration for his contribution to the education sector in the state. They later converged on the Michael Okpara Square, where the governor himself joined them to acknowledge the warm support. Little wonder, the governor's friendly disposition to teachers in the state earned him the title of Odozi Obodo I of Enugu State.
His Excellency, sir, we are begging you to accept this very honor from the teachers of Enugu State. The honor is just a title, Odozi Obodo I of Enugu State.
An honor the governor promised never to take for granted.
I am deeply humbled by this very kind gesture of yours, and I assure you that I will continue to appreciate and cherish it the rest of my life. I thank you all most sincerely for turning out in your great numbers to attend this rally, which is another remarkable demonstration of support, love, and concern for this administration by teachers in Enugu State. I can't thank you enough for this title of Odozo Obodo of Enugu State. Without wasting your time, I would like to say that all we have done so far for teachers in Enugu can only be the minimum.
Aside these milestones and achievements, the Ugwuanyi-led administration, through the PPSMB, has also resuscitated quiz and debate competition in all the secondary schools in the state to encourage competitiveness among students and sharpen intellects of youths in the state, which no doubt will serve as a talent hunt for students and prepare them for competition in the larger society. The governor has successfully stocked and upgraded school libraries, recruited over 1,000 teachers, and regularized 857 volunteer teachers to permanent staff. These new initiatives in the education sector have started yielding results. It is on record both short-term and long-term dividends. It came as no surprise that Model Secondary School Nsukka won the 2019 Teachers and Schools Excellence Award. The Nsukka Bay School was also ranked the best public secondary school in Nigeria on several assessment indicators. Teachers and students of Enugu State have won different awards from several national competitions and have also been rewarded handsomely by the state government.
The Enugu State government, under the distinguished leadership of His Excellency Governor Ugwuanyi, is a lover of excellence and readily takes steps to demonstrate its uncommon appreciation of the efforts and achievements of anyone or institutions that bring glory and good reputation to the state through achievements of excellence in good endeavors. It is in furtherance of this tradition that we are gathered here today to honor some of our young people and institutions that raised the flag of Enugu State very high in national competition recently. They include the 2019 President's Teachers and School Excellence Award, Model Secondary School, Nsukka. His Excellency, the Chairman of EXCO, approved a brand new bus for the school. Then for the principal of the school, Obi Ezewori, EXCO approved that he be promoted to Principal Special Grade Level, Level 17. National Mathematics Primary School category. Obi Chukwuemeka Enebe Chimobi took first position in the national competition. Both of them are from Spring Life International Secondary School, and EXCO approved 250,000 each, one laptop each for the bright students. Senior Secondary School category. Tochukwu Onyeze from Shalom Academy in Nsukka and Ozigbo Chukwuemeka of University Secondary School in Nsukka won third positions, and EXCO approved 100,000 naira each and one laptop each.
On behalf of the awardees, we are very grateful. You have done it again. We can't be happier. We have not had it so good. Remembering the efforts of the schools, the management of the schools, and the students. This is wonderful. I want to thank you for making us work harder. And I want to also remind the awardees that this is merely a starting point. To whom much is given, much is expected. And I'm sure that those of them at home who are listening and following what is happening here today will make efforts to even surpass what we have done today.
According to a famous quote by Benjamin Franklin, an investment in knowledge pays the best interest. For Governor Ugwuanyi, no other investment is worthwhile.